Hey, this is Eric. Today I'm going to talk about the differences between the Apple AirTag and the Tile Trackers 2022. I'm going to tell you 10 different things that you need to know before you decide which one to buy. Let's jump into the video. And starting at number 1, just in case it's not obvious, the Apple AirTag only works with Apple iPhones. So if you don't have an iPhone, it will not work. With Tiles, if you have an Android or Apple device, Tiles will work for you. And number 2 and 3 is the physical design and battery. If you're going to be using this in a wallet, you're definitely going to want the Tile Slim just because of how thin it is, a little under 3 millimeters. Apple AirTag comes in at almost 8 millimeters. Even though the Apple AirTag has a replaceable battery, Tile Slim has a non-replaceable battery, but because of that thickness, that wins by far for anything that you're going to be putting in your wallet. And if you want a tracker that you can stick on somewhere, that you got the Tile sticker, which only has up to a 3-year battery life, which doesn't even compare to the Apple AirTag, which has a user replaceable battery. So that wins in my book for anything that you want to stick on. Now, if you're going to be putting this on something keys or some type of attachment, the Tile Mate and Pro both have keyholes where you can put a key ring. But when it comes to the Apple AirTag, unfortunately, you will buy a accessory to attach this to your keys or other devices. So I would say don't even consider the Tile Mate because that also has a non-replaceable battery. So up to a 3-year battery life, but all these say up to 3-year battery life, but they only give you 1-year warranty. So if it happens to die after 1 year, you will have to buy a new one unless you have purchased Tile Premium Service, which will extend that warranty out at additional costs. So in my book, I would only consider the Tile Pro versus the Apple AirTag for the rest of this video. And number 4, when we talk about cost, the Apple AirTag up front is a little bit cheaper, but because you have to buy an accessory to attach it to something, you could be looking at the same price or a little bit more than the Tile Pro. Now, here's the kicker though. If you want the services that the Apple AirTag has, like the smart alerts or out range alerts, you have to buy the Tile Premium Service, and that cost of that Tile Premium Service puts the Tile Pro at an additional higher rate for the entire year. So in my book, when it comes to the cost, the Apple AirTag for the long run is a little bit cheaper because they offer you that service for free. And this leads into number 5 and 6, which is the range and the community. Now, when I'm talking about range, that is between your phone and Bluetooth range of your Tile or your Apple AirTag. Tile says the Tile Pro has a range of about 400 feet, but in my testing of Tile Pro's last year's model, I got over 600 feet. When it came to testing the actual AirTag in my max field test, I only got about 90 feet. Unfortunately, Apple doesn't claim what their range is, but because of their size of community, it really doesn't matter. And what I'm talking about here is the Apple AirTag community or Find My community, where there's over 1 billion active devices all looking for your Apple AirTag. So if you happen to misplace it or lose it, every single iPhone or Apple device that has Bluetooth will report back that location where connected. Where Tile, let's give them the benefit of the doubt, let's say 100 million users, where that doesn't even compare to 1 billion active users looking for your device. So even though that Tile has a great range, unfortunately the community of the Apple AirTag blows it away. And for number 7 is the water resistance, which is super easy because they're both IP67, so you can get both of them wet within reason, of course, and if you do, nothing's going to happen, you'll be just fine. And for number 8 and 9 is the ultra wideband and sound. If you want a louder Bluetooth tracker, Tile Pro is one of the loudest on the market today, where Apple AirTag is probably one of the softest when it comes to the sound. So if you want to find your Tile in some hard to hear places like inside the couch or in a different room, you definitely want the Tile Pro, where if you can't hear it at all but you know it's within Bluetooth range, range or ultra wideband range, you can actually use ultra wideband if you have an iPhone 12 or newer, where that will actually give you the direction and distance where your Apple AirTag is. So if you're in a noisy environment, or you're hard of hearing, or you just can't hear it because it's inside the couch, then the ultra wideband is going to be a huge player. But understand it will take you longer to find. So if you have the ability to hear the Tile Pro, you'll find something faster over the ultra wideband, which is a lot slower. And for number 10 is the smart alerts, or out of range alerts, or left behind alerts, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. So if you happen to leave your device behind, say at restaurants, but you still have your phone, the phone will let you know to go back and get your Apple AirTag or Tile Pro. Now when it comes to Tile, unfortunately they charge for this feature with some other services, which you really don't need. So you're really just paying for this one. With the Apple AirTag, they give this to you for free. So in my book, the Apple AirTag blows away the Tile Pro unless you're not an Apple iPhone user, or for some reason you want something louder with a little bit longer range, then Tile Pro is a great choice also. But if you're an iPhone user, Apple AirTag is definitely the way to go. And as a bonus for sticking around this far, I want to talk about if someone finds your device physically. If someone finds your Tile 2022, they do have a QR code on back of most of the devices except for the sticker, where someone can scan that QR code with their camera app and get your contact information if you did input it into the system. When it comes to the Apple AirTag, they have something very similar, but it's not a QR code, it's an NFC sticker or chip inside the device, and someone can scan it with their phone, either iPhone or with a Android phone that has NFC capabilities, and it would take them to a website where they can also get your contact information. Now I do think the NFC way is a little bit better because there's nothing that can rub off, whereas the Tile 22, I've actually had it about a week and I've already seen the Tile Pro QR code start to rub off and I can no longer scan it. So these things will come off over time. I don't know if it was something I did. I really just keeping it on my keys for less than a week and it's already rubbing off. So there is definitely an issue with that QR code ink, and hopefully they will fix that in the upcoming models. And now for what everybody's been waiting for, which one do I suggest? Obviously, if you're an Android user, get a Tile. No matter if it's a Tile Slim or Tile Pro, you'll be very, very happy. But if you're an Apple user, I do suggest that you do get the Apple AirTag, unless you want one for your wallet, then you get Tile Slim. I just think there's more useful features for an iPhone user than using a Tile with an iPhone. I hope this review was helpful. I will see you guys on next video. Thanks for watching.